Hi everyone, thank you. My name is Kylie Moore-Gilbert. I've been very generously invited back to the Geneva Summit this year to address you on the subject of Iran. Some of you may know me as one of the many foreign victims of the Islamic regime's hostage-taking. As an innocent woman, I served 2 years and 3 months of a 10-year sentence in Evin and Qarchak prisons before being freed in a prisoner swap deal negotiated by the Australian government. My fellow prisoners would beg me to speak out if I was freed, and I promised them that I would use my voice to draw attention to what the brutal regime in Iran is doing to its own people. I don't know if anybody is listening. Perhaps the events of the past 2 years prove that the world powers, at least, are not. Never has the Iranian people's desperate cry for freedom been clearer than during the protest movement that began in September 2022 with the tragic death of Mahsa Jina Amini. For 12 months, they fought bullets and batons and live fire. They were imprisoned in their tens of thousands. They were raped and tortured and blinded and even executed. Their children were gassed. These hundreds of thousands of brave Iranians rose up in the name of the very same values we live our lives by every day. And I am ashamed to say we abandoned them. Sure, our political representatives had many nice words about democracy and women's rights in opposition to the death penalty. However, when it came to actually doing something to advance these values within Iran, their words were shown to be just that, empty words. I am ashamed of the governments which took steps toward listing the Revolutionary Guards as a terrorist organization before meekly walking this back at the last minute, afraid of Tehran's response. I'm ashamed that as soon as the protesters were eventually brutally crushed, Western governments rushed right back into business as usual mode in their dealings with Tehran. Mahsa had not been dead 1 year before we returned to turning a blind eye to the enforcement of oil sanctions, unfreezing Iranian assets to the tune of billions, issuing sanctions waivers which enriched the regime by further billions, and continuing to conduct trade with Iran as though nothing had changed. To Western governments, I say, it's not too late to stand by the Iranian people in a meaningful, impactful way in their quest for freedom. Woman life freedom is not over. It is still boiling away. It will erupt again. And when it does, we can be ready. To the Islamic Republic regime, I say, your days murdering, executing, raping, torturing, and persecuting are numbered. You have long ago lost the support of your people. You are despised, you are loathed, you are illegitimate. One day soon, the crumbling edifice of your corrupt regime will fall to the ground like a house of cards, and Iranians will finally be free to choose for themselves who governs them and in what manner. Freedom is an attitude, freedom is a state of mind, and the minds of the Iranian people are already free. Thank you.